Hey, what's going on everyone? In this video, I'm going to be reviewing IPVanish and see whether or not they live up to the hype. Stay tuned. So as a paying customer of IPVanish, in this video, I'm going to be covering such aspects such as the price, security, the amount of servers they have, and at the end of the video, I'm going to connect to Netflix and a torrenting manager in real time when connected to IPVanish, just so you guys can get a real-world indication of speeds and performance. So quickly, just before I do get stuck in, I'll let you guys know that I do have a massive discount link down below in the video description, which will definitely save you a bit of money if you do decide to go with IPVanish. Let's get started. Okay guys, so the first thing I looked into when reviewing IPVanish was the price. So as of making this video, their 12-month plan is $6.49, which does come to a grand total of $78. And depending on when you are watching this, you can see the link down below in the video description for the most up-to-date price. And as for the price to value ratio of IPVanish, I would honestly say they are on the more expensive side of VPN services, especially when compared to their competition as well. And as of making this video, I do think NordVPN is around $3.50 per month, and they do both provide a quite comparable service as well. But from the speeds and the usability of the app that I've been using over the last month, I've actually been very impressed with the service, so I do think the $6.50 pricing is warranted. So the next thing I looked into when reviewing IPVanish was the amount of servers they have on offer, and also the amount of countries that you can connect to on their service. So as of making this video, they do have 1,300 plus servers in 75 countries. And while this is definitely on the lesser side, and from my own experience, I still have been able to get relatively fast speeds that are on par with NordVPN and ExpressVPN as well. And also with the amount of countries that you can connect to, this is also definitely on the higher end, even when compared to Surfshark and NordVPN. The next thing I looked into when reviewing IPVanish was the amount of devices that you can connect on a single account, and also the compatibility with different devices and platforms. So as of making this video, you actually do have the option of connecting up to 10 devices simultaneously on the one account. And this is actually a major benefit, especially when you compare them to NordVPN, which only has 6, and ExpressVPN, which does have 5. So as for the compatibility of the devices that you can connect with IPVanish, they pretty much cover all the basics which you would come to expect. And as for my own personal situation at the moment, I currently have my MacBook computer connected, my Apple device, my Apple TV as well, and also my iPad. So as you may have guessed, I'm a massive Apple fanboy, and I also actually have my account shared with a couple of family members as well, and they're also taking advantage of accessing geo-blocked content. So the next thing I looked into when reviewing IPVanish was their security and encryption features. So as you can see, IPVanish does have the OpenVPN protocol, and they also do have the AES 256 military grade encryption, which to be honest is pretty much on par with all of its major competitors out there, but nonetheless it's still very good to have. And as for their P2P torrenting, from my own experience, I've had no issues whatsoever with using BitTorrent and uTorrent. However, when it does come to their logging policy, on their website, they do state they have a strict no logging policy, but there have been several articles out there that do counter this, and they actually have said that they have had leaks in late 2016, but since then the actual company has gone into new ownership in early 2017. So since then there's been no leaks to date whatsoever. However, there are still some skepticisms as to whether they actually do track users' data and logs, even with the company transitioning to new owners. So if you are looking for a strict zero no-log policy VPN, then this is something definitely to be aware of, as there is some skepticism as to their policy. So the next thing I looked into with IPVanish was the jurisdiction and the location of the company. So this is actually quite surprising, as many VPN services actually do try to place themselves out of the 14 Eyes Alliance, so they're not at the whims of the governments and the monitoring as well. However, if you're looking to access geo-blocked content from around the world, then IPVanish is still a great option for this, but depending on what you are using this platform for, then you just have to weigh up the options and the benefits and disadvantages. Okay guys, so the next thing I looked into when reviewing IPVanish was their usability and performance for accessing geo-blocked content such as Netflix, Amazon Prime, and also HBO Go. And from my own experience of using IPVanish over the last month, I've had a really great experience with using them so far. I've had no issues whatsoever to date, and I've also had no error messages, which I actually have found with other VPN providers such as PureVPN. And as an added advantage of using IPVanish, they are also completely compatible with iPhone and Android devices, so you can also stream on the go as well. So what I'm going to do now is actually jump over to my Netflix account, and I'm going to connect to Netflix in real time, just so you guys can get a real world indication of speeds and performance when using IPVanish. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. Okay guys, so I'm over here on my Netflix account, and at the moment I'm not connected to IPVanish or any other VPN services at all. So this means I'm missing out on around 3,000 TV shows and movies that can only be found in the other versions of Netflix around the world. So just to show you guys a quick example of this before I do connect to IPVanish, I'm just going to go ahead and search for the TV show Friends. And as you can see, this is nowhere to be seen. However, I can easily fix this just by opening up my IPVanish desktop app. And once I do have this open, I now have the option to go ahead and select a certain country or a certain city as well. And then I also have some advanced features on the left here as well. So what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and press connect. And this will go ahead and connect me to the fastest server in the United States. And once I am connected, this means that my entire laptop, including all of the browsers, is now connected. So what I'm going to do now is go over to my Netflix account again and go back to the home page. And then I'm going to refresh the browser, and this will then put me onto the American-based version of Netflix. So again, I'm going to go ahead and search for the TV show Friends. And as you can see guys, we now have the TV show Friends available, plus some additional TV shows that didn't show up in my original search, such as The Office, Grey's Anatomy, Parks and Recreation, and the list pretty much does go on. So what I'm going to do now is actually play a little bit of this TV show in real time with no edits whatsoever, as I really do want to show you guys a real world example of how IPVanish actually performs with speeds and also the quality as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. And again, this is going to be not edited at all. And as you can see guys, that loaded extremely fast. And from my own experience, to be honest, it does take around 5 to 15 seconds, depending on the time of day that you are accessing Netflix. But this is incredibly fast. And you can also see that this is streaming in high definition as well. So there you have it guys, IPVanish is an awesome option for getting around the geo-blocked restrictions on Netflix. And also, if you are looking to get started with IPVanish, don't forget to check out the massive discount link down below in the video description. Okay guys, so quickly just before you go, I'm over here on uTorrent and I'm just downloading a random file at the moment, and I'm currently connected to an Australian-based server using IPVanish. And just to show you guys, if I just click here, you can see that I'm connected to a server in Melbourne, Australia, using a fully encrypted server and completely private as well. So as for the speeds, I'm getting around 500 kilobytes download to around 600 download per second. And this is pretty standard for VPN services that I use here in Australia. And my typical speeds here in Australia are around 800 kilobytes to 1 megabyte download per second. So they are extremely slow. So hopefully, depending on where you are in the world, you are actually getting faster speeds. And I have seen much faster speeds with using IPVanish for torrenting, but again, I'm here in Australia and we have very slow speeds, and it definitely does take a little bit off the top. I typically do get around 800 kilobytes download per second, but nonetheless, I still do find it's quite good for downloading torrents, especially as you can be completely anonymous as well. So there you have it guys, that's just my quick review of IPVanish. And again, if you are looking to get started with them, don't forget to check out the discount link down below in the video description. And also, if you do have any questions about the service or if you need any help connecting with them, feel free to comment down below and I'll be happy to help you guys out as well. So as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.